Today we're talking about how Record Store Day 2020 is going to be different. Hey friends, welcome back. So you may be wondering, with everything going on right now, is Record Store Day actually going to happen this year? Well, the answer is yes, but there are going to be a few changes. So we're going to talk about what those are and what you can expect. But first, today's song of the day is Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. Great song. And if you have a suggestion for a song of the day as well, post it in the comments down below and you might see it in a future video. Alright, so as of the making of this video, Record Store Day has already been postponed twice this year. It was originally scheduled for April 18th because it's always held in April, but since things started getting bad in March, April was just too soon. So they pushed it back to June 20th. But then, after they realized the true scale of what we're dealing with, they decided to change up the format altogether. Instead of having Record Store Day on a single day, this year they're having it on 3 separate days. They're calling this new approach Record Store Day Drops 2020. Basically, the way it's going to work is that instead of releasing all the records at once like they normally do, they're going to break it up over 3 different days: August 29th, September 26th, and October 24th. On their website, it says, quote, "Since 2008, Record Store Day has grown into the world's largest single-day music event, shining a light on the culture of the indie record store across the globe. In 2020, that world is different, so Record Store Day will be too. Record Store Day is now scheduled to be celebrated with special, properly distanced release dates on Saturdays in August, September, and October." Huh. Even the dates are social distancing. Anyways, Record Store Day will look very different this year, but supporting indie record stores may be more important than ever. We don't know what sort of rules will be in place or what sort of gatherings people will be in the mood for this year, so we're focusing on the music and getting the really great titles on the Record Store Day official list this year into the stores and into your hands in the most financially and socially responsible way. The titles on the Record Store Day 2020 official list will be released at participating record stores on one of the 3 Record Store Day drops. So essentially what they're saying is that even though they're dropping the records off at the shops, they're going to let them decide how they want to get those records into the hands of the public. And that actually does make sense if you think about it, because different places have different rules and restrictions right now. So as far as the logistics of everything goes, that makes their job a lot easier. So if those dates don't get pushed back again and things are able to move forward, it seems the logical thing to do would be to call up your local record shop and find out what their protocol is going to be for those days. Are they going to have curbside pickup? Are they going to limit the number of people in the shop? Are they going to do stuff outside? You know, like, what's the plan going to be? It'd be helpful to find that stuff out ahead of time instead of just showing up on the day and hoping for the best. Now, I called 2 shops here in Austin, Waterloo and End of an Ear, and one up in Dallas, Josie Records, and asked them what their plans are going to be. And basically, all 3 gave me the same answer. They don't have a plan yet. And considering how crazy this year has been, I don't blame them. This is such a weird time, and since everything can change at the drop of a hat, it would make more sense for them to sort of figure things out as they get closer to the dates. So that's totally understandable. Now, as a side note, I am now following all 3 of them on social media, so I can stay updated on their situations. So that might be something for you to consider for your local record shops as well. Now, they did tell me that currently Waterloo and End of an Ear are closed to the public, but are offering curbside pickup and online ordering. And Josie Records is actually open to the public right now, as long as you wear a mask and you use the hand sanitizer that they provide for you. Now, regardless of what happens at the stores, the fact remains that the official releases are going to be delivered to them by those drop dates. So, as far as this year's titles go, there were 4 in particular that caught my attention. The first was the 2 out of 2 acoustic references for audiophiles record, which is basically high-fidelity Polish jazz on 180-gram vinyl spinning at 45 RPM. Next, we have the Love Letters EP from Anushka Shankar, sitar, Ravi Shankar's daughter, which will be chock full of beautiful Eastern sitar sounds. Next, we have the Rams original documentary soundtrack record from Brian Eno, because I'm just obsessed with all of Brian Eno's ambient stuff. And finally, we have the I Saved Latin, a tribute to Wes Anderson compilation album, which features lots of different songs from his various movies and comes on 2 colored records. I just really like Rushmore, so it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. Now, although these records are tempting, I still haven't fully decided if I'm going this year or not. As we all know, things are pretty scary out there, so I might just sit this one out and order records online that have been on my list for a while. And speaking of ordering music from home, if you're like me and you're also kind of spooked about going out right now, I'm gonna drop the link to my top favorite records on Amazon down below if you'd like to check them out. And that way you can stay 100% safe and still get your hands on some awesome records. And as a side note, that page also has all of my turntable, preamp, amplifier, and speaker recommendations as well. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is that as of the making of this video, Amoeba's stores are still closed, but their website is now back online, which is super cool. And it seems they too will be participating in Record Store Day, but as to what extent, we don't really know yet. But they do state that because of the current situation, they can't ship orders internationally. So if you do order from them, you have to be in the US. Kind of a bummer, but what are you gonna do? So I'm gonna drop their link down below as well. So overall, on paper, Record Store Day is happening, but in actuality, it's kind of up in the air. But regardless of what happens, we're gonna get through this together. The most important thing right now is for all of us to stay happy, healthy, and safe, because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. Now, were you planning to go to Record Store Day this year before all of this nonsense? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you love record collecting in general, feel free to hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you won't miss out on the new videos. And most importantly of all, friends, have a fantastic day, stay safe, and keep spinning that vinyl.